conducts this national level examination. During PG, most of the students do neglect this examination. This is very important. Why is it important? It gives life. It is such a great examination which is very important, which gives the scope to enhance one's professional growth. So what is EAP set? This is also approved by the UGC, the statutory body in higher education across India. So that gives permission for the states, and one who appears for AB set, for example, I belong to Andhra Pradesh, and if you take this examination, you are eligible to work as an assistant professor or a lecturer in the premier institutions. So the time that is absolutely observed for the notification is different between these two exams. It depends on how the boards do decide. Well, is it difficult to crack this examination? It's a very big question to answer. Is it difficult to answer? Any examination is going to be difficult if there is no preparation. Firstly, we must have commitment. Commitment matters a lot. And today we are in the world of technology. The moment we feel like getting something, we browse on internet and we get it. Gone by the days, and things were rather sore at the time, but today, these days, things are rather easy to do anything. So personally, I feel it's not going to be that much difficult for those who have planning and sincere preparation. Sincere preparation does matter. And as far as the difficulty is concerned in this examination, the aspirants, when I have asked their opinions after their examinations, they have opined that paper 3 was difficult earlier, and paper 2 was easy, paper 3 was difficult, and we could not understand the way the questions were really framed. So this is how one has to look at. So the difficulty comes when we don't have sound preparation. In my opinion, what I feel personally is that the aspirants do not read the concepts. So one, for instance, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, written by St. Coleridge, it's one of the lessons. If there is a question, there was a question off late, maybe in 2017 November attempt, this question has been asked. How many sections are there in that lesson? This is a question. Be it 8, 7, 9, 10. What's the number? It's a very superficial answer, or it's a very simple question. One who has some knowledge on surface level, in British literature is capable of answering this question. Similarly, if there is a question, for instance, P.S. Plowman was written by William Langhorne, and how many passes are there in that particular allegorical poem? It's an allegorical poem. How many passes are there? See, if a student or you who have just done some superficial reference to English literature, you may be somehow finding it truly difficult to answer that question. Why? Because that question needs some we need to dig deep into the literature from the beginning, from before Geoffrey Chaucer. How many passes are there? If an aspirant who has not heard about the word at least passes, well, it's truly difficult to really answer that question. There are passes. What do you mean by passes? They are just sections, parts. How many passes are there? You have to read the entire summary, or else the total outline story of that allegorical poem, P.S. Plowman. But what do? We just take an objective based multiple choice question answers materials, and we keep reading question and 4 answers, and we identify it with the help of key, and we just remember. This sort of preparation helps only 20%, I feel. If you really want to get it, you have to dig deep into the topics, read the concepts at least, pick a handful of poets and authors, read all their prominent works. That's going to be really helpful. So there is no question of whether it is difficult or easy. When we really feel like doing it, we can easily do it. There is no problem at all. All we have to do is we must be to some extent selective initially, and we need to keep moving it upward by devising the various concepts and components that I will discuss in the later videos next that I am going to make. We have to be rather proactive. Of course, we have to do reference to all sorts of literature in English as well as English literature, I mean British literature, American literature, to some extent European classics, black literature, and with in particular Indian writing in English too. Besides literary criticism and literary theory, these things do matter. And there are some questions. Who can apply for UG Senate or AP Senate examination? To be frank, when I was doing my PG in Andhra University, Andhra Pradesh, I literally had no idea about this examination until I had, entered my third semester. Mostly in the third and fourth semester only I had come to know about this UG Senate exam. There were no mobile phones, no computer facility. In the central library we had internet. 1 hour we had a chance to use it. And there used to be old papers in the library. We would refer it, but lack of knowledge and insight into it. Soon after PG, if one has net qualification, the life would be like this. Nobody told exactly. I was out of my sorts, and I never had any serious preparation for that. In fact, it was beyond, out of my reach. I was only thinking that it would be such a very big exam, which I could never write. Later, I made some attempts. That happened. So, who can apply for it? Any graduate, postgraduate with 55% marks can apply. If your subject is English, you have done it with 55% marks, you can apply for it. There is a reservation criteria that is observed, and there is no age bar. But there is one point that we must remember. If you are below 30 years old, JRF is there, Junior Research Fellowship. That's such a great opportunity for the young researchers. So if you guys want to become a researcher in literature and language, and if you want to explore many things, you can go for JRF. It's going to be rather tough, but for the one who really is committed to work, can never be anything difficult. So you can still aspire for that. If you do not get JRF, you can still be eligible for a lectureship. That is the basic eligibility for net qualification. You can be part of any college and best universities as an assistant professor with better emoluments. So do not think you can only write UG Senate after 30 years or 40 years. Right from PG first year onwards, start your preparation. It's going to be rather helpful and it saves your time. And how long will it take to crack? It's a very ambiguous question in my opinion. How long will it take? It's a question I heard people say and ask during their casual talks. How long will it take? Well, the aspirants are of two types in my observation. The fresh graduates as well as the employees already who have been in the jobs. After joining only, many people do realize the importance of exams like SET and NET exams, because their employers do insist on NET examination. And this is also very helpful to get a PhD, PhD seat in any best university. For example, if you guys want to do research, for instance, MPhil or PhD in the best universities, you can still have NET qualification or SET qualification, which paves the way for your easily get into that particular enrollment. So you can register for that easily. That has some weightage. Well, we are discussing this duration of the time. Is it 6 months or 1 year, 2 years? Dear aspirant, for me, it's not about time. It's about how sincere you are. And if you are already an employee, it might take some time. It might still consume valuable time, because you guys have to go to your respective institutions to work, and again there may not be much time for you to pay attention towards, and you may already have been indulged in some research work, like you may be a scholar in the respective universities, but still you try to appear for that. But in my observation, many aspirants just throw stones, they just throw pebbles. Alright, there is a notification, let's apply. I have not found 90% of the aspirants. I have not found much seriousness in their application. They apply and they want to toss it, whether it's good or bad. They want to just toss it up. That's all. But if you should not be like that, if you sincerely want to become a net qualified candidate, after having learned its importance, I'm sure you can start your preparation with serious outlook and better planning. I will discuss all those things in the next video, how to prepare and what sort of things that matter a lot in preparation. And by the way, all the very best for your net exam, UGC net, CBSE net exam being conducted tomorrow on 8th July. 8th July. So all the very best. I wish you good luck and take care, and hope you have good willpower to pass through this examination and do very well in the examination. Have a great time. Thank you.